In this Linke review, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about this support tool. Linke is an all-in-one complete solution to manage, analyse, target and track all your shared short link bio pages and get the most out of them. Once we've logged in, we come over to the dashboard. As we can see on the left-hand side, we have the option to create new project, the option of all items, short links, bio pages, domain names, folders and notifications. I'm just going to go ahead and click on create new project. We then have two options. We have the option to create a short link or create a new page. To create a short link, if you just enter a link into there, we then have options to change the domain. If we click on the arrow, we have the option to add new domain. We can obviously enter a new link there, custom 404 link, and add a favicon image as well. We then have the option to adjust the text title. We can customize this to whatever we want. And we have the option to select a folder. Now, because we don't have a folder at the moment, you can just create a new one. Obviously, title that what you want and then click save. There is also the option to change the image, as well as modify the social media preview. We can add custom targets redirection, attach pixel tracking for Facebook, add password and blocking filters, and enable buzz and down alerts and notifications. Once we're all happy, if we just go on save link, and then as we can see the link has been created successfully, we can copy the link, share it on networks such as Facebook, Twitter, Messenger, email, LinkedIn, Pinterest, WhatsApp, Telegram, and we also have a QR code. Once that's created, we can see our link shows up here. If we just go back onto create new project and this time go on create new page, we can obviously select our page name, click on create, and here we have an array of customization options. So first off, we can upload an image just by clicking on there. You have the option of importing your own image or selecting an image. If I typed in there cat, click search, and we can see that loads of pictures of cats come up. Below the image, we have the option to enter a title, add social media links such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can also click on the plus, which brings up a few options, such as add separation title, add paragraph text, add new link block, add social links, or add HTML block. I'm going to go ahead and click on add separation title. Here we can select another title. We have the option of customizing the text color, selecting the text font and aligning the text. Click save there. We can see that then shows up below our social media. I also have the option of adding a new link block. So this is obviously similar to the section that we were at before. We can obviously add our link, choose a domain, edit the text title, and then we've got those same options as previously. We do also have the options to customize this as well with background color, text color, border color, link text font, and the option for animation. We have the option of how it will display on the page, such as text, a large picture with text below, just a picture, or the picture and text. Once we're happy with that, we can click on Save Link. There is also the option to add more elements. Add more elements obviously brings up the same sort of menu that the plus brings up. To our right, we have more customization options. We can customize the template. For example, we can customize it to something that looks like this, or this one here, whatever suits our needs. We then have the option to change the theme color. We could go for yellow, turquoisey, greeny, blue, pink, gradient sort of color, and more. You can of course just customize this yourself just by clicking on the background, where we can set our own color. And we also have the option to gradient this to a different color as well, like so. And then the customization of text by selecting our text color, changing the font, and we do also have the option of uploading a background image. Below here is the domains and pixels section, where we can edit our page name, add a domain, put it in a folder, or add a pixel ID for Facebook. Once we're happy with that, we can click on done. As we can see, this shows up in our all items section. In the short link section, obviously the short link we created previously shows up, and in the bios page, we can see what we've just created shows up there as well. If obviously you had a lot of short links and a lot of bio pages, we do have a filters option as well. If we click on there, you can see you can search by keywords, search by the type, the order, search by folder, domain, or ones with pixels. If we click on the domain name section, this is where we can obviously add new domains. Same as before, where you add the domain name, the custom link, and the favicon. Below there we have folders where you can obviously create your new folder. And then below folders we have a notifications section. As we can see, we have no notifications just yet. So below our bio page, we do have an analytics section. If we just click on there, we can see this is where it would show us our data. We can filter it by today, this week, this month. You can see there at the top, it shows us our total amount of visits. We do also have the option to share this to social media. We can remove it if we'd like, and of course, if we wanted to, we can edit it further. So what do I think of Linke? Well, I think it's a really great tool. They definitely make it really easy to create and manage your bio pages, as well as shortening links. I particularly like how you could upload a custom image for your background on the bio page. I did notice a couple of spelling mistakes. For example, on Messenger, when you're sharing to social media, it was spelled quite wrong there. It might just be worth looking into. Overall, I think Linke is a brilliant tool, and I would definitely recommend it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. In this LinkHelp review, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about this automation tool. LinkHelp is an automation tool that assists with LinkedIn lead generation, automation, and outreach. It's also completely safe for your LinkedIn account. Once you've installed LinkHelp as a Google Chrome extension, when you go to LinkedIn, you will notice that this toolbar on the left-hand side has appeared. This is of course the LinkHelp toolbar that I'll be going through today. The first option we have is audience creation. Once you click on there, you have the option to create a new audience or manage audience. If we go and create a new audience, we can then enter an audience name for our target audience, and we have various options from where we can collect our users. We can collect them from search, from post, from group, my network, or from a file. On the search bar, you have the option to search from a term. Within the menu here, we can go into more specifics. For example, profile language. You can enter your desired language for the profile. We have keywords where you can enter a first name, last name, title, company, and school if you happen to have this information. We have connections of, where you can type in a name and find connections connected to this person. We have locations, if you wanted to search within a specific area. We have current companies, past companies, industries, and school. We also have connections, where you can select first degree, second degree, or third degree connections, as well as positive keywords that you can add, and then negative keywords, which will obviously be excluded from your profile search. We then have start position, which is the first record in the search result. We then have total. This will be the total number of users you want to add to your profile. And then finally we have delay, and this will be the delay between each search result in seconds. So that's for create a new audience. If we go to manage audience, this is of course where the records would show up and we can actually manage our different search results. Below audience creation, we have add connections. So with add new connections, straight away we can see select an audience is at the top. Once you've created an audience, you can just select it from here. You can obviously include a personal message, as well as setting the total number of invitations you would like to send, and the delay between each invite. If you don't want to select an audience, you can also just create your own invitation on here. You can enter a search term, can select second degree or third degree connections, set keywords like first name, last name, title, company or school, add connections of locations, current companies, past companies, industries, school, profile language, exclude certain keywords, and keywords for connecting, very similar to before. You can include a personal message, which you can obviously type out, and you can automatically connect with users who liked your post, article, or video, or users which commented on their post, article, or video. Similar to with audience creation, you can obviously set the start position, the total, and the delay. As well as at the bottom having a couple of tick boxes which are connect to users based on keywords, connect with premium members only, exclude users based on keywords, and view profile. Below add connections, we have message all connections. If we click on there, we do have the option to select our audience. And in the box below, we can type our custom message where we can also attach an image or attach a file. You can set the total number of connections to send your message to and the delay time. Below message all connections is message targeted users. Similar to messaging all connections, we can select our audience and type a custom message. However, we now have the menu option where we can find our target users. Below targeted users, we have message follow-up. Now straight away, we do have the option to run automatically after 2 days when I visit LinkedIn. We do have the option of leaving that off. We can select audience and type our custom follow-up message, set the number of connections to send our message, set the delay time and the wait time in days. Also being able to attach an image or attach a file. Below message follow-up, we have auto-respond messages. So with auto-respond to messages, it actually has keywords and you can actually set your response. For example, if we click onto the edit button of the first result, these are some example keywords that we can set an automated response to. Of course, you can just set your own keywords and then that way obviously vary the response for each one. This is why it's good to have different sets of keywords because your response might be different depending on the actual keywords themselves. You also have the option to endorse the message if it contains certain keywords. You also have the option to endorse the message if it contains certain keywords and to send a follow-up message as well. With all of these, you can also add attachments. Below auto-response messages is get connections info, where of course you can select an audience or just fill in the menu yourself. You have the same filters there with connections, keywords, connections of, locations, current companies, past companies, industries, school, and profile language. Then of course start position, total, and delay. You do have the option to get all connections data without specific targeting, or get users' current company contact details. There is also the option at the bottom to download scrape data. Under get connections info is view connections, where again you can obviously select an audience or play around with the filters to find what you're looking for. Below view connections we have endorse connections. This is where obviously you can filter it by skills that you might be looking for. You would obviously enter your desired skill into the search term, and then again obviously you can use keywords, connections, locations, current companies, past companies, industries, and school to filter it further. We then have the start position, total, delay, and the total number of skills for each connection. You can set it to endorse all connections, or you can tick view profile if you wanted to send a profile view notification. Below endorse connections is like or connect, where you can interact with targeted users. You can sort posts by top or recent, can set the connections, post keywords so you can look for a specific topic, exclude keywords, keywords for connecting, and the option to include a personal message. We can set the total amount of invitations you want to send, comments per post, total posts, total comments, start position, and delay. You can then tick which options you would like. So we have like post, search posts based on keyword, exclude users based on keywords, connect to users who commented, like comments, don't skip sponsored posts, connect to users who liked posts, connect to users based on keywords. Below like or connect, we have follow connections. This allows you to follow different profiles on LinkedIn. You can obviously select an audience, or we have the same lot of menu options, as well as the start position, total, and delay, and also the option to view profile. Final option is wish happy birthday. This can obviously be automated for if it's someone's birthday, it will automatically send them a message. You can run it automatically once a day when I visit LinkedIn, or just leave that off. Add a custom birthday message, change the delay, and you can also attach an image or a file. Below wish happy birthday we have congrats on anniversary. This works the same way you would obviously add a custom message congratulating them on an anniversary. And then below this we have congrats on new job, which also works the same. Below congrats new job we also have the option to remove connections. So with this feature you can obviously remove specific connections. You can use the menu below to obviously filter it by keywords, connections of, locations, current companies, past companies, industries, school, or profile language. You do have the option to block connections after removing. Below remove connections is withdraw sent invites. You do have the option to run this automatically. You can withdraw the invitations that are older than a set amount, and then obviously set the start position, total, and delay. There's also the option to accept receive invites, where you can run this automatically. You can accept invitations older than a certain amount of days. You can send a message after accepting, and play around with the start position, total, and delay. And that's just about everything. So what do I think of LinkHelp? It's a really great automation tool. It's easy to use, and it's fantastic how specific you can search for targeted users. I really love some of the options like wish happy birthday or message follow-up. The auto-respond to messages depending on keyword as well is really impressive. There is quite a few sections on the toolbar, so I think some could have been brought together. For example, the wishing happy birthday or anniversary and congrats on new job, they could all be put into one. Overall, I think it's a brilliant automation tool, and I would definitely recommend it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. In this Links Indexer review, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about this app. Links Indexer is a simple and powerful backlinks indexing tool. Upon logging in, we come over to the dashboard, and we can see straight away it's got a complete overview. We can adjust this from 8 days to 30 days. It also has our daily links limit, notifications, and right at the bottom, a campaign section. At the very top, it also has our amount processing, our amount completed, and our amount removed. So under dashboard, we have campaigns. If we click onto there, here we can see at the moment we've not got any campaigns, but if we go on new campaign, we can follow this through. So here we have our campaign details. We can name our campaign. We can add a description for our campaign, and we can set the amount of drip feed days. This is automatically set at immediately for us. Here at the bottom, we have the upload link section. You just enter your URLs, one per line. Once you've obviously done that, if you click on upload campaign. So now that we've completed our campaign, we can see we've got there our 2 URLs. We've got 0 pings, so at the moment the progress is set at 0 and the status is idle. But if we start to get pings there, that would go up. If we just go back on the dashboard section, we can see on the overview now that this has changed. We've obviously got our uploads set to 2 because we uploaded 2 links, and the pings is at 0 because we've not had any pings yet. Below campaigns, we also have sitemap campaigns. If we just click on there, here as we can see we don't have anything there at the moment, but if we just go on new sitemap campaign, so a sitemap is a file where you provide information about the pages, videos, or other files on your site. So first, if you create a sitemap name, copy and paste your link, you then have the option to check sitemap daily for new links, and then you would just go ahead and click confirm there. If we wanted to upload a text file or a CSV file directly, if we just go on new campaign, set your campaign name, the description, drip feed, and then change this to change upload method. Here you can drag and drop your files. You can just drag and drop either a text file or a CSV file, and it'll just upload that there. And then go on upload campaign, and we can see that that showed up below our previous campaign. We can see on the dashboard now as well that our uploads have changed to 11. They're still obviously processing, so we've not had any pings, so we've got 0 processing, 0 completed, and 0 removed. So obviously the main purpose of backlink indexation is that the backlink will be added to the search engine's database. We do also have a couple more options. We have a billing section, a account section, and an FAQ, as well as right at the bottom, a support button where we can create a ticket if we had any problems. So what did I think of Links Indexer? Well, overall, it made it really simple to create campaigns to index your backlinks. It was a little bit hard for me to show you its full potential because I didn't have any real backlinks, so we couldn't get any pings or anything. But nevertheless, it was a very straightforward setup, and I also really like the feature that you can drag and drop files. I would definitely recommend Links Indexer if you're looking to index your backlinks. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. In this LinkTube review, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about this app. So LinkTube is a tool that helps you create a smart page portfolio that hosts unlimited links and reflects your branding from your mobile phone. So straight away, if you click on the Get Started button, you can see that you're met by a screen that has the option to start from scratch, or it's got loads of templates. It's got templates depending on your business model. It's got health, restaurant, travel, fashion, and many more. If you would like to make your smart page portfolio from scratch, then you just click on Start from Scratch, and then you enter in your username on there. Once you've typed in your username, you'll come over to this screen. Anything that we add on here will be shown on the right hand side on the mobile preview, so we can actually see what it would look like on a smartphone. So the first thing that we can do is add a title. You just enter your brand name into the box. You can add a short description, and if we save that, we can see it's going to show on the preview. If we go over to Add Section, a few options pop up. We have button, tile, card, video, product, text, or dynamic feed. If you click onto button, we can see there that we can enter a website link. There is an option for button, tile, and card, and sort of a preview is displayed at the bottom. So you can enter a title, and below that we have add icon, and there's loads of different icons there. Below that we have appearance, and there's two options that come up there, which is customize styles and theme-based styles. If you click onto customize styles, we can see that we have the option there for a background color, so you can select a color. There's also the option for gradient, so you could add two colors. Anything we do, we can see it's shown there as a preview. We can also customize the text color and its alignment. Below that, we have many different box options. If you see I click that one, we can see it changes just up there. Next up is schedule, where you can obviously schedule your link. It's got start date, start time, expiry date, expiry time, and you can set the time zone. Next up, we've got animation, where you can actually customize the animation for the button. If we click onto there, you can see it animates just above us. If we click onto more, we also have the option to hide the link as well. Once you've played around with the customization there, you can see it shows up on the mobile preview. The next option we have is video. You can paste a link to a YouTube video and it will show up here. And then we have these customization options as well. So like before, we can customize the color, the text, we can schedule it for a certain time, and we can animate it. You've also got that same option if you wanted to actually hide the link as well. Below video, we have product. Here you can enter the link for a product and actually attach the price label as well. If we add a shopping link, we can see it just shows up here. You obviously have the option to add a thumbnail and again, change the appearance. There's also the option for adding text. If you wanted to create a text block, you could just enter it in here, enter something into the description, and add that as well. The next section we have is dynamic feed. You can enter a YouTube channel, a Shopify store, or a WordPress. Once you enter a link into there, you can actually customize the layout. So there's the option for mixed, list, card, tile, or carousel. And you can also customize the number of items as well as adding a title. Below add section is add messengers, where you can add your contact information, such as your email address, phone number, Facebook Messenger username, WhatsApp number, Telegram username, and Skype username. Below messengers, there's the option to add your social media links, such as Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Patreon, LinkedIn, Twitch, Mixer, and Snapchat. Finally, the last option is to add a newsletter, where you can set up an email capture service from Mailchimp, Google Sheets, or Zapier. Another cool feature is that you can change the sequence just by dragging and dropping, and we can see there on the preview, they move around. Once you're happy with your smartphone portfolio, you can just go ahead and click the publish button. So, what did I think of LinkTube? I think LinkTube made it super easy to create a smart page portfolio. There was a wide choice of options for customization. I particularly liked the animation feature. This is something you don't often see with smart page links. There was a wide choice of templates depending on your brand, and loads of sections that you could add, including social links and newsletters. It was also really helpful that the mobile preview was showing you everything that you were customizing, That way you can actually see what it would look like on a smartphone. I think they've done a fantastic job, and I would definitely recommend it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. In this Mailtimer review, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about this app. If you have any questions, please comment them down below, and I'll also leave a discounted link, so you can always get your money's worth for Mailtimer. Mailtimer lets you create eye-catching countdown timers that boost your sales, conversions, and click-through rates. Once we've logged in, we come over to the dashboard, and as we can see here, we don't have any timers yet. So if I just go ahead and go on Create Timer, now we have an array of different customization options. We have the General tab, Counter, Labels, Container and Positions, and Advanced, and I will go through all of these. I'm also just going to go ahead and take a look at the Change Template. If we click on there, as we can see, we can choose from one of these templates. So I could go for this one, it's a little bit similar, or possibly this one. I like this one, so I'm going to go for this one, and I'm going to customize it a little bit more. Timer type, the first one we have is Standard, where you can obviously set an expiration date and time. We have Run when email is opened. Evergreen, set the duration and run the timer when the email is opened. Each recipient will see its own timer depending on when the email was opened. Run when email is sent. Set the duration and run the timer when the email is sent. Dynamic end date. Set the expiration date and time dynamically using a variable, perfect for transactional emails. So I'm going to go ahead and just leave it on standard, and then I'm going to set my end date. So I'm going to do Friday the 26th at 1 PM, and then I'm just going to set our time zone to London. We also have selection options for days, hours, minutes, and seconds. So if you didn't want it to display the seconds, you could just turn that off, and that would just display the days, hours, and minutes. Below General, we have Counter. So first, we can set the font size and the font type. So I'm going to have a look through the fonts. I like the look of Red Rose, so I'm going to give this one a go. As we can see, that's updated that there. If I wanted a smaller font size, I could just put that down a little bit. And as we can see, that's slightly decreased that. We can also set the colour. So this is obviously set for black, but I could go ahead and set this to whatever colour we'd like. So that changes the colour for the inside of the timers. We also have the option to show leading zeros. We can turn that off if we wanted to. That would just show it without the zeros. There's also the option for individual colours for counters. So if we enabled that, and then each counter could have its own colour. We also have the option for counterclockwise as well. Below counter, we have labels. Here we can set the font and the font size. So I'm just going to increase this a little bit. As we can see, that's changed there. We can also change the colour. And if we wanted individual colours for labels, then we can obviously tick that and select the colour for each label. You can also set the text as well, so it's automatically days, hours, minutes, or seconds. If you wanted to shorten that in any way or change that, you can change that there. Below labels, we have container and positions. Here we can set the background colour for this, and that sets it as a background. We could also go for rounded corners, and you can set a matte colour for this. We can also set the radius, and if you wanted to, you could also upload a file, so you could upload your own background image. Below container and positions, we have advanced. Here we can set the on expiration, so it can show zeros, hide timer, show message, or reset and restart. Say if I went for show message, then we could set a custom message, so I could say this offer has expired. You can also set if you wanted to show dividers or not, and then you can also set the dividers colour. We also have the option to show title, so it's automatically set to launching soon, but you could set that with a custom message, set the font size, set the font, and the title colour. Once you're happy with your timer, you can go ahead and go on save and publish, or you can also go on send test email. So if I went on send test email, here you could enter up to 3 email addresses and this will be sent over and you could then test it. So once we're happy to publish our timer, we can set the alignment. So we could go for left, center or right. And we also have the timer integration code there. You would obviously insert this snippet into your email or your website HTML code. There's also the option to set up a custom domain. Once that's complete, if you go over to dashboard, and as we can see, our timer shows here. If we wanted to turn that off for whatever reason, we could just click on that and that would disable the timer. As we've just created our timer, we don't have many views yet, but we can see our timer views show there and our dynamic links clicked shows there. We also have an array of options. We have edit, get code, clone, rename, and delete. Below dashboard, we have archive timers. As we can see, there's no archive timers here, but once a timer has expired, it would show up here. Below archive timers, we also have custom fonts. Here we could upload a custom font if we wanted to, say, keep it to the same fonts that's on our website or within our email. We could upload that there. And then there's also a get help section as well. So what did I think of Mailtimer? Mailtimer was really simple to use, and I love the whole range of customization options. Things like being able to select a template or change the font or colour really brought the timers to life. I will say though, it would be even better if there was more choice of templates. That being said, I would definitely recommend Mailtimer. Thanks very much, and I'll see you next time.